Hello and welcome to ModuleFive, where we're going to be talking about creating your business plan. Now, I get a lot of pushback from people saying, oh, come on, a business plan, are you serious? Why should we create something like that? Well, understand that your competition is trading with one, and they're accountable to their actions, and maybe it's even their job to trade according to plan. If they don't, they're out on the street. Most retail investors think that trading is a game like going to a casino to see if they can hit it big and win that Lambo. But to a professional, trading is deadly serious business because this is their only means of income in many cases. These guys are going to be ruthless. They will use any means necessary to gain and hold edge over other traders, especially newer retail traders. So you have to ask yourself why you're trading. Is it just for fun? Or are you too trying to run a business? Now you might say, yeah, but I built them before and they just didn't work. Well, lots of traders write up plans because someone told them to, and then they promptly ignore them. And perhaps you just copied somebody else's plan and tried to use it. That would make sense that it wouldn't work then, because your subconscious mind will reject it. It's somebody else's plan, and your subconscious mind evaluates that as risky. So there sits your plan on the bookshelf, just gathering dust. It will never be touched again. So let's look at the elements in a trading plan to see how to build one, and build one for yourself that you will actually use. You have to be the one that builds it so you can internalize your plan and your strategies. If it's somebody else's plan, it makes no sense as to why you would refer to it in the future and use it to run your business. But if it's your plan, then this is something that you'll take seriously because you've internalized your business into this plan. These are just some of the possible elements that you can use for a plan. Just as a suggestion, you don't have to use all of these. You can use more than these, whatever it takes for you to build a plan that you're going to use. First of all, it's always a good idea to ask yourself why you're putting financial capital at risk in the markets. Do you have an edge? Or are you just looking for entertainment? There's probably better ways to entertain yourself than to fund somebody else's account. Now, what markets are you going to trade? What small selection of markets will you trade in your business? You need to earn the right to trade live capital in any market through demonstrated performance. Remember, you're one thing. And our suggestion was you start off with one market only before you complicate it with additional markets. And then once you've determined what market, you need to identify what strategies you're going to be trading with that particular market. In some cases, an experienced trader will have several strategies going at once. Let me highlight that experienced trader. If you're a newer trader, you should focus on one thing, one asset, one strategy, one time frame until you're successful. But as you start to build on that success, then you can start to build an overall trading plan, which is aggregating different strategies. And it may go in stages. So one of the things that we talk about in this program is how to perhaps start out something at more of an R&D perspective. So you're just kicking the tires to see whether or not this is a strategy that can work for you. And so what you're going to do is you're going to use simulated capital, either through some type of testnet interface or however you do it. It can be any way that you do it, but the key here is that you not risk any live capital. From there, once you meet your performance goals, then you can move up to a very small live position. So I'll just put small live stage here. This is stage 2. So you've graduated up to stage 2. You've hit the criteria to get past that point. And now your job is to see if you can repeat the performance from your R&D level down here with a live market. And that's not always as easy as you might imagine it to be. From there, if you graduate past your criteria from single live or small live, then you can go up to what is the full live position. And this is where you're still going to be trading a small portion of your account because you don't want to risk too much on any one particular trade, but this would be a more of a production size position. And of course, if you start to run into problems here, what you might see is, all right, if I run into problems, then I'm going to scale back to this stage until I work through the issues and earn the right to trade into full live again. So this is more of a staged approach that you can use as part of your business plan. And then from there, what you need to determine is how much capital are you going to use for each strategy. Again, even if you only have one strategy, that doesn't mean that 100% of your available capital is going to go into that on any particular trade, right? Scale in, earn the right, start small. Your job is not necessarily to make money out of the gate. It's to learn how to trade effectively and follow your plan. And then, of course, we need some type of tracking, some type of spreadsheet or some type of journaling so you can track your results and understand whether you're getting better or getting worse. And if you are making errors, what errors are there and what should you be working on? We'll go into this in the next module as we get into strategy development. And then we're going to have drawdown rules. Every strategy will have some type of drawdown. You're not going to see any strategy that's out there that's just going to draw a straight line like this, like a hockey stick, right? You're going to have some type of drawdowns regardless of what you do. And what you need to determine is how much is too much. At what point is this more than just a normal drawdown and you've started to see a real serious liability towards your strategy? It's time to take a pause, pull back, do a little bit more research and development and figure out why. What's the root cause behind that pullback and the drawdown? And here's the fun stuff. If you do a good job and hit your targets, how will you reward yourself? A lot of people say, well, I'm just going to keep my head down and keep working at this. This is one thing I think is really, really wise, is to reward yourself from time to time. Take a little bit off the table, and so that you're not pushing yourself too hard. And then the next one along here is education goals. This is actually very important. It's always a good idea to budget for additional knowledge. These can be courses that provide a deeper set of skills for the current strategy that you're running, or perhaps you're already running one strategy and you're looking to get into another one. You've earned the right to do so, and so you're going to budget some of your capital towards that R&D pipeline. So again, I want to stress that these are just possible elements of your plan. There's certainly a lot more that you can add to this, but I wanted to give you a good subset to get you started. Now, maintaining the plan is what you got to do, because this is more of the element of it. This is what we're talking about here with kind of the goals and some of the rules that you're going to operate your business on. Now, these are not trading rules. This is more of just how you're going to operate the business through the rules. Now, you will get some results, and this is definitely through trading and the trading plan. This is where you need to make corrections, but these are corrections not only to your strategy and the way that you trade, but also the way that you're running your business. Because maybe, just maybe, you set yourself up with too large a profit target that there's no way you can hit with your current skill sets, or maybe lack of capital. And so maybe that has to be adjusted back down or to become something more realistic. Again, it's this whole notion of continually circling through this plan again and again and again, with the idea that you're going to improve your effectiveness the more that you maintain this plan. And then finally, the one suggestion that I do have is to know your numbers. You really can't make improvements unless you know your numbers. This is your scorecard for the trading. How can you get somewhere if you don't know where you currently are, right? So this is your sort of financial GPS for your trading strategies and ultimately your trading business. Start thinking of your trading as a business, and that will signal your subconscious mind to take this seriously and get away from the gaming aspect that many, many retail traders fall under the spell of. Okay, so that's it for business plan development. In the next module, we're going to go into strategy development. So we're going to go down to the next level of where the real detail lies. We'll see you there.